Hey, hi, hello, good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. It is Friday, everybody. Yes, I've done a little bit of rearranging today. What is pushing? Oh, my kid. One of my kids brought their puppy up here. This is Boston's actually. So, yeah, that was pushing back against my little laptop stand here. How is everybody? Check on in, say hi if you feel so inclined. Yes, I did a bit of rearranging back here. Yes, it's still very cluttered, but yesterday I went through all the houseplants in my home, which I probably have about 20. And that included the little plant stand I had back here. I think there were five little like cuttings from different plants, three of which are plants from a mother-in-law's tongue. I think they also call a snake plant that Wrigley, when he was 3, knocked off of the dresser downstairs and broke all of them. So we have 3 little pieces left, and instead of planting them, I just kind of left them in the little tubes for a very long time. And I thought, let's let these things thrive. Let's let these things grow. Let's not stagnate anymore. And it's such a theme just in my personal life of wanting to try new things and level up in lots of ways, both financially and with my business endeavors, possibly getting a day job. Haven't applied yet. I'm waiting for specific timing. I'm wanting the sun to be transiting my first house because it's going to be transiting. Well, it's still like per Vedic astrology. Let's just get that out there. It's in my 11th house right now. Yeah, gonna have to get a day job. The money's just not coming in anymore. But yes, so and then the next month, once it gets into my 12th house, when the sun is transiting your 12th house, it's really not the best time unless there are other aspects going on, but in my chart there are not. So keep that in mind. When the sun is transiting your 12th house, it's kind of a time to go within or to prepare or just not settle, I guess, or when you do try to put yourself out there, you're not well received. So and it's the same thing every single year. And I should have known. I should have known that when I first launched my Patreon, not to do that, which is weird because I actually launched my Patreon today, 3 years ago, in 2021. So today would have been the day, my launch of my Patreon, which is now RIP. It's still there and it still exists. And I mean, who knows? Maybe someday we can get back to that. But yeah, not for now anyway. But yeah, back to my initial thing I'm saying is about all my plants and just taking all the different little cuttings I had in water here, water there that had root systems. I'm like, let's plant these. And then all of my root bound pots were these. I have this giant ZZ plant. That's the last one. I'm going to finish that one off today. But all the other plants I have, oh gosh, I always forget the name of them. There are a lot of tropical plants, just your average tropical plants. Dracaena, Dracaena. I don't know how to say it. Lemon lime plant is one way to look that up if you're wondering what I'm talking about. And then it's the same thing. Dracaena, Dracaena. I don't know. However you pronounce that. I have another brand of that. That's not a thing. Species of that is, it starts with an M. That my plants, I just call them names. I name the plants, so I know this one's Glenda. This one over here, ZZ Stapleton. That's my ZZ plant. Easy to remember. ZZ Stapleton is actually a cartoon character I created in 3rd grade, and my friends and I made this big comic, like years long, 2 years long, really. It wasn't like long lived, but just like throughout the different classes from 2nd grade, 3rd grade, and 4th grade. I do believe is 2nd, 3rd grade, somewhere in there, that was created. And so I just named my ZZ plant ZZ Stapleton. Yeah, so I'm just like, let's allow the beautiful things that are in my home that I love. My plants are my plant babies. I feel the love. I feel the amazing purification they do for the air and creation of oxygen and all of that. And I try to take as best of care as I can, but I've just kind of been doing just the kind of bare minimum and basics pretty much since the new year, which hides head in shame. I'm sorry, plants. And it was like, it's time. Let's do a nice spa day for all the plants. Yes, it's maybe a little jarring to be brought up out of your pot because you're root bound and then repotted, and maybe some of you taken off to be put in yet another pot. So going from 20 or so plants to probably 28 plants. But I have a few that I want to gift to some friends and family. So those will be going out the door. So they're not going to be just sitting there being neglected or anything like that. They're getting much needed love and attention. And the plants that I'm keeping are going to be, given room to grow and space and fertilizer and new soil and all the fun things. So I'm very much hoping that I guess meta what's the word I'm looking for? Metaphor of the life, or just the symbolism of rerooting and giving myself more space, more room to grow, and not just trying to stay root bound in this little the Done Creative and Harmony Portal Tarot Live and just the things that I've been spinning my wheels with that just aren't working anymore, to expand. So that's what we're doing here. Hello, everybody. We've got Brandy Lynn. We've got Banana Anna S so far. Anyone else check on in? Let us know that you're here in the chat, wherever that is for you, on whatever device you're on. I think on your phone, it's like down below. I'm not sure though. Just say hi, check on in. We're going to be doing a free collective reading today. Just again, it's such a weird time of year because normally your average person is kind of winding down and back to school time. Well, I guess that's not really winding down. You're gearing up for something. But this time of year, a lot of times is associated with, reaping the harvest and abundance. And to me, I feel like I'm just now putting down some new roots and ready to start something new. But I am a Libra ascendant per Vedic and Western astrology, and then per Hellenistic astrology, Babylonian astrology, I'm a Virgo ascendant. So, but a Libra ascendant is literally upside down, inside out, backwards, and everything in between. But even if I'm not a Libra ascendant per Hellenistic astrology, I still have a lot going on in Libra, with my Jupiter, my Pluto, and if you want to go even further, that ascendant just being literally that very last second or minute of Virgo, about ready to go into Libra per Hellenistic astrology, and just at the very hair's breadth of of Libra if you're talking just straight up sidereal Vedic astrology. Marlene's here. Hello. I'm Schleep. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Hello, hello. Oh, you had to get your phone to comment. Well, welcome. Good to see you. So yes, we have our free collective reading. We're going to get us started, and just to see, because I'm pretty sure for the pick a card we did on Wednesday, if you want to check that out, I have timestamps on the most previous live stream, and I'm actually going to, when I get home from getting the kids from school this evening, afternoon, whatever, I'm going to actually take a picture of this with this deck. This is the main tarot deck we used, to let that thumbnail speak for itself that was a pick a card, and I'm going to start a pick a card playlist on this channel with all the timestamps, and then hopefully after the fact, it's hard live usually, unless I pre-shuffle the cards. I guess I could do a thumbnail before the fact, but I'm going to put all the pick a cards in a playlist. That way, if at some future time you do want to come back to the pick a cards, and I'm still kind of batting back and forth. Because I love doing pick a cards. I don't mind filming them at all. I don't mind editing them that much. It's just the whole time constraint thing of, energy exchange and all that fun stuff. But I'm debating, yet again, me scattering all my ideas to the wind. Do I still, even though it's crickets over on the Done Creative, do the intuition tests and also pick a cards over there, or do I do pick a cards over on Harmony Portal Tarot minus the live, because 2 different channels? Or do I create a whole new channel that I just have no, intention to monetize, that it's just for me to have some fun and hopefully get some amazing messages out to some people? I'm still kind of rolling and rattling around with that, plus a day job. And just fun fact, I'm not saying exactly what the day job is, but for those of you that know what's up, it's going to be me doing exactly what I do with you guys, but just in a different format. So let your gears go on what that could actually mean. It's actually a job I did right out of high school. in another format. Um, haven't applied yet. Not sure I'm even gonna get hired. I think there's like a 5% hiring rate per people who apply. So who even knows? Who even knows? Yeah, I'll probably pull a card for it just to see. But there's that creative part of me that just wants to do it for the creativity and just the connection to spirit and to get, you know, those messages out to those who would want or need or care to have them, you know? I don't want to cut that off or shut that down just because the energy exchange isn't there. And sometimes when we let go of the expectation that, okay, I put this much time in, I expect this much out, you know what I mean? Pretty much, Brianna, pretty much, yeah. Although I still, at this moment in time, don't even call myself a psychic in any way capacity. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just the connotation of the word or what, but that's what I'm trying to do. I did it once way back in the year 2000, literally the summer of 2000, going into the fall of 2000, and I just did not like people hanging up mid sentence. Like you've got this amazing insight, and I wasn't even using my tarot cards with that. I was just, when they call, I'd just tune in to their energy. And because most of my mom was also working the job at the time, most of the calls would last less than 3 minutes, and 3 minutes was like a long reading. So you barely got their information down because back then you had to fax your information to the company. It was called Magical Journeys, which it no longer exists. It was spelled all different than just writing out the words magical and journeys. It was, I don't even know. I tried to Google that company probably 2 years ago. I couldn't find a thing on them, but I worked there for a long time. My mom worked there for like 2 years. It was kind of like a second job for her, third job. She had lots of jobs all the time. So I'm following in her footsteps. Yeah, they do see psychic and then they see scam. So, I mean, I guess I just call myself an intuitive reader. I mean, people can take from that what they will. I don't know. I've always not really liked labels, but sometimes labels can be helpful. I don't know. It's a thing. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sensees. Welcome. And welcome again, Brianna. And yes, Brianna did point out to me, and thank you so much for that, Brianna, that I did not enter her one card reading donation into our candle giveaway last time. So I went ahead and took pictures of me doing that and emailed that to her. And her name is now in there. So we're all square, hopefully. Hopefully we're good. And I did remember today to bring up the reversal candles. And I made these from molds as well. And these are a much harder wax. These are pillar wax that I used to create these candles. So this is the finance or money reversal spell candle that will be included in the glow box candle giveaway, whatever we're calling that thing. And this is the general reversal spell candle. And for those of you that are like, what are these reversal why would I want to reverse my finances or my life in general? No, this is anything that's standing in your way of abundance, prosperity, having all the resources, the income, the help you need with this one. Opportunities even. Opportunity theft, destiny theft is a thing. So this will help reverse those energies and not return to sender. I don't F in that realm at all because it just creates a perpetual cycle and loop and things just get bigger and badder and it's just not fun. So I just return everything back to source. And the winner will get a little printout of exactly the instructions and then what I write out just for my own personal spell work. And of course you can tweak it, twerk it, use it however you want or make the wording appropriate for what you're trying to do. Or you can just scrap it and not use it at all. I'm just going to include it just to get you started if you've never done one of these before. And then the general reversal candle is just, you can use this in general. And I usually, when I do something general, I take the 3 things that are most hampering, hindering, impacting in a negative way in my life and let my own true spirit seek out those 3 top really detrimental things in my life and then clear and cancel, clear, and delete, return to source, all the fun things. Or if you had a very specific intention, like you're being stalked, or you want to stop thinking about your ex so you can move on, or maybe your coworkers are really negative, or whatever. Just you can think of a it's called general. It doesn't mean you have to use it in a general way, although you can. I just call it a general because it will work for just about anything. Entities included. If you feel you have any entities infesting your thoughts, your energy field, attached to your spirit, any kind of soul contracts you want to boot, you can use this bad boy for that. And yes, they may not look very pretty or be very aesthetic, but boy, do they work. They work. I have not personally used any of the financial ones myself. I probably should do that. I probably should do that. But the family and friends that I've had testing these for me are like, holy ish, this is working. So, and it's not just like, oh, these are magical candles. I mean, yes, I put love and, vibration into them, but it's your intention. You using these as a tool with your own spirit to make things happen and to say F no to the things that are blocking you from moving forward. So these two will be included in the candle box giveaway, as well as two 8-ounce candles. This is a 4-ounce, just for reference of size. Yes, there's a difference here. Size matters. No, I'm just kidding. We have some that and of course, if this is broken record information for you guys, you can just, go grab a cup of coffee or whatever and just kind of tune me out. But for those that are joining us in the back, these are just duplicates. When I was making my niece's candles, I made myself a duplicate so I could test. I have not tested this one, and I let all my friends and family that I'm gifting candles to know, hey, this fragrance has been thoroughly tested with these wicks and this wax and those colors and those crystals and all the things. Or I say, hey, you're my beta tester because I have not tested those wicks with that. And I think what I've come to realize, it's not the fragrance oil in certain ones of my candles that are making my flames really low and almost go out at times. It's the liquid dye, wax dye stuff that I use is maybe not the best. And I'm going to switch over very soon. Once I want to use what I have, just being frugal and all that. But once that's all out, I'm going to invest in, it's a little more expensive this way, but it's almost like little crayons, but they're not crayon wax, but it's wax based colorants for the candles. The more you know, but I invested a little bit in what I have now. So I'm going to use it up and just kind of, tiptoe through it. But yes, here's an example. And then this one, I have one actually going back here. This is my road opener candle, and hopefully I might just have to pick up, because if I tip it, there's wet wax in here, it is liquid. So let me, okay, here we go. Maybe. Hopefully we do not flop the camera. Okay, there we go. There we go. See, this is the road opener, and I started this one on Sunday. So you can see the flames are, well, this one in the back here is kind of doing a little dance because I'm tipping it a little overboard. So, but just an example. So this is the wax melted to about down here. And you can see that a second ago, maybe not right now, but you could see there was still a little bit of wax on the side. But as you get about halfway down and beyond, all the wax on the sides the melt pool will be completely uniform and beautiful and pretty and all the fun things. So it usually takes a few burns. Like I said, started this Sunday, and I've been burning it anywhere from an hour and a half to about 3.5 hours. I think I did on Tuesday. Not because I forgot about it. I just got kind of busy doing something. And I was still looking at it like, oh, no, it's still good. We're good. But I brought it up here because I usually have it on my altar downstairs, but I brought it up here because I want to be able to use my tamper outer candle thingy. You don't want to blow your whatever away unless it's something I guess you're looking to get rid of, but I'm looking to draw things in, so I don't want to blow it away from me. So when I'm ready to put it out, I will douse it in this regard. And of course, I always set the intention as I'm putting my candles out that they're still working for me even though they're not lit. And once I start something like a road opener, this is just a personal thing, you don't have to do this, but I'm just going to give you my tips and tricks for what I do. I will burn it every day for a little bit until it's gone. So I try not to skip a day because I don't want that any energies breaking the momentum of what I'm trying to call in. That's just a personal thing. And then this is, I'm just showing you guys some examples here. I love to smell them. They smell so good. This is a kind of glow up self-care vibe, beautiful on the inside coming to the outside. that I made again for my niece, and then this is just my duplicate to test. So that'll be fun. I thought I'd go in the spirit of the lips here and do my own lipstick today for once. So there we go. But yes, I'm very excited for whoever's going to win. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. We have 1 week left, you guys. So we have today's live stream that you can donate. Every $11 donation, that's the one card read per PayPal, or $15 donation through SuperChat, because they charge differently, so I charge differently accordingly. But for every one card donation that you give, you get an entry into our little candle box giveaway cup here. And of course, I'm going to really stir it up and probably dump them into a new vessel that's got more room so I can really stir them up. But you guys will see me do all that. We're going to pull the winners at the end of the live stream Friday, as in Friday the 13th. Next Friday, I'm so excited. But you have today, this live stream, to get some entries in to win. You also have next Wednesday evening, and of course Friday. But at any time, I could get a migraine or something could happen, and maybe we are having less times in between now and when we draw. Just saying, I hope we don't, and I'm pretty sure we won't, but time will tell. You're going to place an order for candles. I never buy them from most shops. They are usually dusty and too commercialized. Ooh, yeah, exactly. And just, I don't know if you're anything like me, Brianna, but I can just smell the syntheticness, like oozing off of anything. Like I love a lot of the scents that I smell, like in Ross or where's another place I buy candles? TJ Maxx. I bought candles there in the past, but I'm very selective and very picky because most of them, it's, if it's a vanilla scent, it's a very synthetic, chemicalized kind of version of vanilla that is not at all natural. And so when I'm buying my candle scents, they're all clean candle scents from my 2 companies that I order from or have ordered from so far. And they're phthalate free, sulfate free, all those, negative things that are put negative, not ions. We want negative ions, but like negative toxic soup that goes into our air when we're burning commercial candles, which are a big cancer hazard when you buy them from like Bath and Body Works and all these other places. And yes, a lot of them do smell really good, but you take the good with the bad, I guess. But I even infuse some of my, not these ones, because I have it's a coconut apricot soy wax blend is what we've got going on with my candles. So they're kind of a soft wax, and they're safe for skin. Like you could even kind of use your fingernail and scoop out some wax and put it on your skin. Like it's safe. It's all the ingredients in here are even skin safe. So air safe, skin safe. I pay a premium for this kind of wax, but it's important to me for my own family, for my pets, for my family, for my friends, for my customers, for people that are getting this product. I want it to be the safest that a person can make it. And safe usually equals more expensive, but it's worth it to me anyway. You don't need the strongest scent you can find. Yeah. And it's interesting because I almost feel at times I'm like almost nose blind, meaning you smell something so long you don't smell it anymore. But it's funny because I'll be downstairs with this candle burning this last week, and I'm like, I kind of smell it every once in a while, but I have a very open concept house, and then the whole upstairs is open to the whole downstairs, including my bedroom, which is weird. We do have it kind of closed off, but the wall is not encased, and it's been like that since like 2011. So we that's definitely a long time. We need to get this project done and close the wall off. But like my landing area here overlooks our living room, and the ceiling of the living room is even up second story here. So it's a very cool, I love this house. I do. I just wish there was like maybe 1 or 2 more rooms or offices in this house. Like that would be amazing, but we don't. So we're making the most of what we have. But when I come upstairs, I can smell it in the landing, and it's not like a hit you in the face, like knock you out kind of scent. It's very cozy and warming and inviting kind of scent. So I do love that. So if you are someone with a 2-story house, or you're putting it somewhere where there's a lot of traction and airflow, you'll be able to smell it throughout the house. But not so much that you're like, oh God, it's burning my eyes. Like I can't stand that myself. Like even a lot of the Scentsy things and the Bath and Body stuff that I used to dabble in, I would maybe burn, or I'd put a Scentsy on long enough to melt the whole cube that I have. And I'd usually only do 1 cube. And then I'd unplug it because I'm like, oh, it's just too much. And then just kind of let it permeate throughout the day. But I know people that'll put like 3 or 4 cubes of those Sensi's in their little burner and just leave it on indefinitely. And I don't think I could do that. I would just, my sinuses would be crazy. So yeah. Anywho, yes, that's what we are doing. So we have 2 8-ounce candles, which the winner will be designing. These reversal candles, the general and financial reversal, anything standing in your way of said things, will be included in the glow box giveaway. Plus, I have a few other little goodies that I'm excited to put in as well. Maybe a bonus candle. Who knows? Who knows? Hey, I didn't say that. Shh. Shh. You didn't hear that here. Shh. Might be some goodies in the box for whoever wins. And then this is just a fun little guy here. So yes. All right. Enough about the giveaway and the candles stuff. We've been 25 minutes. Let's get into, I'm actually going to put these because I know when my kids get home, they're going to come up here and try to find their stuff. So I need to remind myself to take those back downstairs so they don't get thrown on the floor somehow. Okay. We are going to be using the Tarot of the Divine. I'm so fun. Oh, thank you. I think you guys are fun. I absolutely love this. Like this right here, right now, what we're doing, this is my dream job. Like, let's just get that out of the way. I at times wished it paid better, but I mean, the vibes. I love it. I love it. All right. So let's just see what we need to know right now. Just energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. What is it that us watching now and on our little collective replay, what is it we need to know or be aware of or, you know, have our focus go toward? What is it? What is it we need to know? We have the Knight of Cups and the Lovers. Wow. Romantic date night much? So for those of you that are coupled, have a romantic date night. It's on the, get it, not in pencil, in pen. Get it on the calendar. This is a very telling thing. Even if you are a couple that goes on dates often, maybe level it up somehow. Do something really exciting and fun. So it's been a long time since I've been on a date with my husband. So maybe I need to also take this advice. Like, let's do this thing. This will be fun. But for those of you that are single, this can be a self date or some major self-care vibes. But let's not ignore the fact that the Lovers can indicate a decision and going in the direction that feels good emotionally. And just when you feel into it, you don't have these like knots in your stomach about it. This does feel like moving in a direction. So we're not going to be stagnant anymore. There's a decision being made. This is besides just the romantic thing. But although for those of you that are looking to make changes in your romantic relationship, this can also apply. But I'm just saying in general, there's a change or a shift, a decision that you're wanting to make very soon. And you're going to go in a direction that feels more emotionally fulfilling. And a lot of times when we feel emotionally fulfilled, we can also feel, you know, mentally fulfilled, physically fulfilled, financially fulfilled when we're going in a way that feels really good emotionally. But let's see what else we need to know about this choice or decision. What else needs to come through about this choice or decision we are making or focusing on at this time, those of us watching now and on the replay. 2. So it's 2 and 2. So you might be, you know, we've pulled 2 sets of 2 cards. So there might be kind of choice between this or that or the other, whatever it is. But we have the Page of Wands. So definitely some new inspiration and a new beginning. But with every new beginning comes what? What do we got to do first before those new beginnings come in? The Death card. For one person watching this, and I feel like this is a replay person, not someone here live right now. You may be ending a relationship or friendship. This doesn't just have to be a romantic relationship or connection, although it can be. Yeah, if that's you though, this is something that's already, like you're already feeling it. This is not coming out of nowhere. And you're going to be the one initiating the end, not the other person. So if that is you, you can let me know in the comment if you feel so inclined. But there's definitely, you know, with this ending, there has to be this finality, or this just kind of ending so that this new beginning, this new inspiration, this motivation, this passion, this drive, this desire to move forward in something very exciting, even though it's the beginning, you're excited, you're ready. But again, it's kind of, you know, this is Act 1, this is Act 2. Let's see what Act 3 of this thing would be. It's just one card, Spirit, just one card. Act 3. New beginnings in love. So for that person, that one person watching that you're ending that relationship, it's going to, by ending this relationship, help bring in a new relationship that's going to not take this one's place per se, but energetically speaking, because you've allowed the release or the let go of this other relationship, you've now made room in your life for a new relationship, one that feels very fulfilling. And for a lot of you, this can even be letting go of the relationship you have with yourself that is more toxic, or it's not even that you in your relationship are toxic, it's entities working through what you perceive to be you that's toxic that you're letting go, that you're now bringing in massive amounts of self-love. And it's like pouring, not pouring from your cup to fulfill others or to even, fulfill, because a lot of times our main life force energy is spent sleeping, eating, working, taking care of families if you're a parent. And that's like your main energy source is going to these things. But then when it's time for a hobby or hanging out with friends or doing something exciting or fun or just vibing and hanging out and chilling, we then almost have nothing to pour from our own cup to give to ourselves. But it's almost like we're not depleting ourselves anymore. So when, when the dinner bell rings, you're done. Like it's like not overextending yourself, setting very clear boundaries. And that might be the death of saying yes to everyone all the time. And I heard again, and I've heard this a few times recently in reading. So if you've heard this from me before, it's kind of maybe a repeat. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no right now. So if it's not a hell yes right now, it's a hell no. Even if it's kind of a, yeah, I really want to do that, but I know right now is not the time. It doesn't have to be a hell no, but it can be like, okay, we're going to save you until I'm ready. And that when you are ready, you can pick that up and hit the ground running. That's what I feel. But if it's not a hell yes in this energy, it's a hell no. All right. So what else do we need to know? Let's go over here to the Enchanted Art Oracle. What else do we need to know right now where we're putting our focus? You would love to have that with yourself. I've been exhausted, probably with sleep. Yeah. And that's another thing too. I've been really exhausted lately. I think it's just the switch over of, going from summer to now kids are in school, but my work life and routine is kind of like, what do I do with myself? Because I don't know what my work is going to look like. Probably until the end of October, I don't know exactly what that's going to look like. So I'm kind of in this weird limbo phase right now. But look, ask your dreams a question when you need an answer. And she's sleeping. What were we just talking about? So there are maybe some answers, some healing, some guidance coming to you through your sleep. So you can even ask, like we were talking to Katie R in her reading on the last live stream on Wednesday night, about setting those intentions before sleep. And if you want to know what that was all about, go to 47 minutes and 28 seconds of Katie's reading and just listen to the sleep information or the setting intentions before going to bed information. If you weren't here and want to know what that was all about, because that's great advice for anybody looking to get guidance and healing and leveling up and all the fun things. But yes, and making sleep a priority, especially if you are feeling really burned out or you're excited, but you just don't have that gumption to go because you're exhausted. I want to do the thing, but I'm so tired when I get off work, or I'm so tired when this happens, and I can't. Well, prioritize your sleep. And in fact, by giving yourself more time to sleep and rest and recuperate, you're going to be able to accomplish more in less time during the day and almost feel like time is just time has left the building, and not in a way where you lose time and you're like constantly trying to make it up, not like that, but just it's almost like you can warp or bend time to your liking. You can make it speed up, you can make it slow down, whatever it is. But sleep is going to be a major priority, I'm seeing, over the next 3 months for those of you watching. And I don't know if there's a big shift coming over this next 3 months that's preparing you for all of this, but just getting into good sleep habits, doing all the things you know you should do and not doing the things you know you shouldn't do before bed. And for someone watching, that includes like drinking caffeine after like mid-morning or lunchtime, because for someone watching, that just, even though it was decently early in the day and you go to bed later, somehow that is still affecting your like nervous system or your adrenal glands or something. I saw a similar dream Raylene mentioned today on Telegram. It left me feeling awkward. Oh no. So particular with your intentions, yet the morning time is crazy. Oh man. Yeah, time is just this weird thing. And so are dreams right now. Dreams are off the chain for a lot of people. Let's see. I think we're also going to do the little thing with this deck where I allow you guys to ask a question. I thought that was fun in our pick a card last night. I always say last night when it's Friday. It was 2 nights ago. Oh, you stopped tea since last 2 weeks. Yeah, I have to, just because I'm like going all gung ho on this is the second cycle of a 30, well, it's 28 to 26 to 28 days for me personally. But just fasting to my cycle. And I'm day 10 right now. So this is my last like longer fasting day, which I've been eating right now since 5:30 last night. So I don't even know how many hours that is. A lot. Not 24 hours, but I'm probably going to only eat dinner tonight. But I feel pretty good. I have my coffee. It's kind of amended. I don't get to put all the fun things in it, but it still helps me feel like I'm consuming something without actually consuming anything that's going to break my fast, which is nice. It doesn't taste as good when you put all the fun foo-foo things in there, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. I love, like, just naturally, I'm like a 16-hour fast girly. But now that I'm on the first 10 days of this, and if you want to know what I'm talking about, what do you mean 30 days and fasting? Look up Dr. Mindy Pell's. I'll write her name here. For those that are wondering, what are you doing? Mindy Pell's. And she has a book called Fast Like a Girl, which I've read, and I'm kind of going on that advice, but you don't even have to read or like buy that book at all to get the guidance. You can go right to her YouTube channel. She has plenty of information on fasting, especially for women and both pre, peri, and post-menopausal women. Because peri and post-menopausal women are like the two greatest ignored categories of women. I mean, women in general, according to health and all that, are already ignored. It's all studies based on men and how men's hormones, their testosterone will, give them a little squirt of testosterone every 15 minutes. Whereas women, like, we're on a literal 28 to 30 day kind of cycle, not at every 15 minutes or every 24-hour cycle like a man. We need to do things a lot differently. And she really breaks it down. Because I had tried fasting like a man before, and it did not agree with me. Like, I would go on these long fasts, and then I'd get migraines, and I just have to break the fast, and it was miserable. But doing it according to the specific days and the peak hormones of this time of the cycle, that time of the cycle, it has unlocked something for me that I am just like, yes, I'm ready for the rest of my life now. And hopefully this way, menopause, perimenopause, and postmenopause and all that stuff will go much better for me because I have this new insider information to lead me into those years. All right, advice, guidance, and this is soul truth. So this is a question we may be asking of ourselves or of life in general in this deck. So what is a question we're just asking ourselves or life in general? All right. And it says here, what excuses am I making right now? All right. So we're going to read the back. So it says, no more waiting. There will never be a good enough time. The time is now. Today's soul action. If it's important enough to you, you will find a way. Today, make a decision. We were talking about all those decisions earlier. Make a decision and do it. Even if you don't feel ready, listen to your heart. You will be led. Look at that. I love how things come full circle. But if you have a question, and I'm smelling this right now, and it smells so good. Like every once in a while, I'll get a little hint of it, and I'm like, yes, there she is. All right. So if you have a question, you can kind of just ruminate on that for a second. I'll take a quick drink of water while we ruminate on a question you want to. It can be yes or no, or just kind of, because these are more yes or no question types. Okay. All right. So here we go. What is the answer to our collective questions? What does this collective need to know? What is the answer? So you need to get more information, which is funny because this is like, start now, do the thing. But in regards to whatever question you have asked, there's a need for a little more information. And I don't even think you have to go find a book or, go seek that out somewhere outside of you. I feel like it's coming from within. Yeah, don't let the moon and external sources dictate this information that needs to come, because this information is coming from your true spirit. It's not coming from somewhere out there. Although your true spirit can use the outside environment to communicate with you. But somehow, some way, it's going to be at least validated from within. Even if you get the answer from without, It's validated from within, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. And if you were hoping for a yes or a no, go within. Get that information from yourself, from your own spirit, because maybe trying to do whatever you were asking through a collective reading, you wouldn't have gotten the right answer. And that's why that card came out. Because maybe some of you were asking things that were vastly different from others. So you just never know. All right. So let's get these put away. I don't think we have any donations today, so we're just going to get right into our giveaway for our tarot card reading giveaway. And of course, if we did have any donations come in, we would also enter those into this here giveaway, Candlebox giveaway. Oh, you shared a few pics of your new hobby. Oh, cool. Let's check it out. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you were doing henna, right? I think that's what this is. Ooh, so pretty. Oh my gosh, amazing. Look at the detail. Look at the intricacy. It's so sad, though, that this will just over time wash away. That's the sad part. Let me brighten it up a bit. That is so cool, though. Oh my gosh. How beautiful. Oh, on the other side. Yeah, what skill. That has to be not easy. Yeah, that is so neat. Very, very cool, Amber. I love it. Very neat. Thanks for sharing. You are so talented. All right. Hi, Kalite. How's it going? Oh, yeah, your husband. Oh, so it doesn't work for you the way your husband does it. Oh, the fasting. Yeah, same. Because my husband, he's also doing it, but like he's pretty much every day just going dinner to dinner or lunch to lunch, and you know, no hiccups, no bumps. But if I were to try to do that consistently for like days and days and days and days on end, no, because female hormones are much different than the way men's hormones come and go and operate. Let's see. Put all these back. Yeah, and it's very interesting, Amber. Since I've started doing this 30-day thing, and this started for me back on, so August 1st, I like officially was like to a T following the directions, and before that, it was about July 14th, I think, I started fasting and getting back into the intermittent fasted lifestyle, just kind of picking my way into it again. But from the 16th through the end of July, I just kind of was like getting my feet wet again in, I think the longest fast I did during that time before knowing all this stuff about the cycle was about 24 hours to just kind of do a gut microbiome reset with that 24-hour fast. And not going to lie, it was a little difficult because it'd been a long time since I'd done a fast that long. I can naturally and easily and effortlessly do a 16-hour fast, but to bump that back by another, how many hours is that? 8 hours? Is difficult, to get to that 24 hours. But it's since August 1st, that was day one of the last cycle, the first cycle officially that I was doing. I was just like, wow, this is amazing. And from day one of July 16th of me kind of just unofficially hopping in, let me do a calculator response to how many. And this is mostly fat loss, because when you're just doing weight loss stuff, you may lose muscle, you may lose fat. But when you're fasting, it specifically will target the fat. The subcutaneous fat, which is like right under your skin that we can see and pinch and feel, but also that visceral fat that gets like all up in your like organs and your muscles. I think it's called visceral fat when it's in your muscles. Maybe that's just around your organs. I can't quite remember. But a lot of times it will go and get that dangerous fat first and burn that around your organs, and then it'll go to muscles, and then you'll kind of start to see it in the subcutaneous fat layers. I hope I'm saying those correctly. I think subcutaneous is the around this, like that you can feel around the skin. But let me do a quick little subtraction to get to how many pounds. So 18 pounds. I've lost 18 pounds of fat, mostly fat. That I mean, yeah, I'm seeing my muscles a little better now, but I'm not like fully back on my like whole workout regime yet. This is just me trying to get all the fasting stuff going first. Then I want to get back into my metabolic renewal exercises I was doing because again that goes with your hormone cycle, which is good. And then once I get that established, I want to get into some weight training, not like to bulk up or anything, but like just to tone and tighten everything up after losing all that fat. And I didn't, that's the thing. I'm not doing this for weight loss. I just want to feel good and energetic again. And I have been. It's such crazy. Even though I'm exhausted, like when I wake up, because I haven't been sleeping very well, but I still have when I am like, repotting all these plants and trying to like wrestle them out of the pots and stuff. I'm like, wow. I actually have more energy because I'd have just like mentally been exhausted about it and just like given up partway through. Because I actually did try. I actually did try to repot my plants. I want to say it was June, mid-June ish. Kids were home for summer, and I was just frazzled. I was stressed out. I had no energy, and I started, and then I just kind of. It was hard to try to wrestle that one plant out of the pot because it was really root bound. So I'm just like, pat it back down, put a little water on it, put it back on the shelf. I'm like, we'll do this later. We did it later. We did it yesterday. I have one more to do today. My big ZZ plant. So we're gonna have lots of little ZZ leaves because this thing is huge and it doesn't look very pretty because it's the leaves on this or the stalks on this ZZ plant are so tall that it's just kind of flopped over. You know how they just start flopping over instead of standing straight up. They're just like whop. And every time my dogs walk past it, they knock another leaf off. So I'm like, I just need to help this poor ZZ plant. I mean, it's thriving, it's doing well, but there are dead parts I need to cut off and do away with, and really new shoots that I maybe need to pot in another. It's a whole thing. The pot is already huge, and the ZZ plant is just completely root bound in this big pot, so I need to do it. Let's see. I popped out for a minute. Yeah, I am doing well, not like officially, but I have her book. Fast Like a Girl, and then she has a menopause reset book as well that I have on loan at the library. It's on hold, and I'm not in menopause, or if I am in perimenopause, it's got to be the very early parts of it. I'm 42, which I guess would put me in the perimenopausal years, but my cycle hasn't disappeared or like shortened or done weird things yet. But yeah, so I'm on just taking that advice. I don't work with her personally. Or I'm not part of her Resetters Academy or whatever it's called. I'm not part of that, but just the free information on YouTube, buying the book, getting the other book from the library. I first got the book from the library and it was so good that my mom actually bought it. I had it in my cart on Amazon. I'm like, I'm getting this. But my mom's like, no. I'm going to give you this book because I'm going to order the menopause one because that's probably more my speed or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. And she even ordered me the journal. It was really sweet of her. So I have those books and got a lot of information. There's even some recipes in there if you're like unsure, because it's not even just about, initially it's about just get all your eating in this fasted window for whatever day of your cycle you're on, get it going. And then once you're kind of in the zone with that, then it's like more about what you're not eating than what you are eating. You don't want to feed those bad gut bacteria that you're trying to kill off. And in fact, as you fast and kill off those bad gut bacteria, you're not craving all the starch, all the sugar, all the crap, processed crap. You're craving the things that actually fuel your body, which, like, game changer. Who would have thought that actually feeding your body live and vital nutrients would actually make you feel alive and vital? Like, who would have thought? But I feel it in my very core, in my bones. I feel so much better. I have chills right now for whatever reason. I just get all excited about just living better. I don't know. We're all here and we're all, and that's the thing is for so many years, I'm like, well, everybody else, it's the standard American diet. Everyone's eating this way. So but also everyone's getting cancer. Everyone's getting fat. Everyone's dying. And not that there's anything wrong with being fat, whatever, it's cool. But when I have extra on my body, it doesn't feel like I'm in my body, So for me, I don't want to, and that's another thing I learned during this whole journey is you have a lifespan and you also have a health span. You want your lifespan and health span to peter out at the same time, not, have this health span really start petering out, 10, 20, 30, 40 years before you die, because your quality of life goes down and down and down and down. The best case scenario would be to have your health span and your lifespan end at the same time when you're old, not like, in a car accident much too young or anything like that. But, in a natural life cycle, dying of natural causes, you want your lifespan and health span to be very close. And I had no idea. Like, they don't teach this stuff in school. You got to go out there and find that information for yourself. Every single elderly person in my family that I went back like the last 20, 25 years has died of cancer. Every single one. And even the younger ones that have died, cancer. So, I mean, yeah, my grandma, who passed away last May, as in 2023, she was almost 98. Granted, yes, it's a long, amazing life. But the last 3 years of her life, she had cancer. And then that's eventually what took her out was cancer. And then my other grandma that passed away in 2020, cancer. My grandpa that passed away of melanoma, he was the redhead, skin cancer, back in the 90s, 91, I think he passed away. He was in his 60s, cancer. My other grandpa had leukemia and prostate cancer when he died. And he was 87, I think, when he died, the year Boston was born. So, I mean, cancer all around, both sides of the family, both sets of grandparents dying of cancer of this kind, that kind, and the other. Yeah, I mean, it can be inevitable if we live in certain ways, but and maybe, hey, it's still inevitable because this is just the world we live in now. But I want to do everything I can on my part to not go out like that, because it looks, I mean, just watching my grandma wither away and just it's the worst. The worst. Oh, you have all of Dr. Pell's books? Yeah, they're so cool. Oh, the intermittent fast this month, only eat between 11 to 7. There you go. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, my eating window during my more fasted, because there's fasting times during a cycle, whether you have a period still or not, with her 30-day reset. During your fasting times, you can fast for like up to 72 hours, or if you really have a lot of damage and things you got to go after, you can do longer fasts. But of course, if you have like diabetes or something, you got to really work with your healthcare professionals, because that's my mom, that's the boat she's in. She's got diabetes, but she's got her blood sugar normal in just a month, less than a month for her, because she started after I did. Less than a month, she's normalized all of her blood. And she was like, wow, we really got to do something, like things are bad. When I was there, her blood sugar got to 450 at one point, which I don't know everything or much about blood sugar, but I know that's not good. But now she's like in completely like non-diabetic normal ranges, just fasting and cutting out all the stuff you're not supposed to eat. Yeah, a lot of people with diabetes, and my grandma had diabetes on both sides, both grandmas. And my grandma, my dad's mom, she was a nurse, and then she taught nursing for 40 some years at some university or college down in California somewhere in Santa Rosa area. So she was a taught nursing, and was very health conscious, very careful about what she ate and ate right. And even she, I mean, she also drank a lot of alcohol with dinner and wine and all that. But there were things I'm looking at just in my knowledge that she did eat that I know probably led to the diabetic part of it. But these are things that are touted as healthy grains and all this. It's like, I don't know. I just I've done a whole like 180. And then another place I got really great information was Dr. Stephen Gundry. He's also here on YouTube. But if you just type in Dr. Gundry, and his whole stance is about cutting out lectins, not leptin, which is a hormone, but lectin. Yeah, I got my my corners of my mouth with my lipstick there. Cutting out lectins, which these are fruits and vegetables. It's just the natural mechanism, like protective mechanism of the plant, that will start punching holes in your gut, which is one cell thick. Your gut lining, one cell thick. And it's always, reinventing and rejuvenating itself. So, people with leaky gut, leaky brain, leaky hormones, um, SIBO, ulcerative colitis. A lot of these digestive and like gut issues are a lot of them are lectins getting in there, and you think you're eating healthy with tomatoes and zucchini. Those are just two examples I know off the top. Pumpkin. I love pumpkin everything. But fun fact, if you pressure cook some of these things, you can get the lectins like to zero or very low to where your gut can handle it. Because I think all plants, if I'm not mistaken, have some sort of lectin content within them as a protection to keep animals from eating them. The animals are probably still going to eat them, but what have you. On your community, 7-year-old was detected with celiac disease and diabetes. Yeah, it's just happening younger and younger and younger. But I just look at just going to like school events or the treats for after soccer. Like they're just garbage. I mean, they'll serve pizza and hot dogs and after like the sports snacks, it's like Gatorade and Go-Gurt, which is full of chemicals. It's like not even at all healthy. Even if you think, oh, I'm getting some probiotics in that yogurt. No, you're not. Your stomach acid will kill those. I mean, that type of yogurt, that very synthetic and chemicalized yogurt. There are yogurts out there you can get. You can get your pro and pre and all the good biotics going. But that is not it, sis. That is not it. All these prepackaged, and of course they taste good until they don't. Because I actually tasted something the other day, just because my son's like, just try it, just try it. I'm like, I don't eat that crap anymore. I'm trying not to eat that crap. And I tasted it. I'm like, it literally tastes like crap. Where before I'd have been like, but my gut bacteria has changed to where it doesn't crave the garbage anymore. Because like we were talking with Brianna, and I know she was here one time because she had recommended the "This Is Your Brain on Parasites" book, which I'm about halfway into. I got it from the library. It's kind of been on my table for a week or two, kind of between readings, because I'm also reading some other stuff, but I need to pick that back up. But yeah, your gut bacteria can affect your behavior, your mood, make you crave things that you don't even want to be associated with. It's crazy. Yeah, notice that. Yeah, lots of people with diabetes. And oh, you're gonna try her 30-day reset. Yeah, just going, yeah, that's awesome, Linda. Yeah, and the 30-day reset, because I kind of just did similar to what you're doing, like for about a half of a month in July. I'm like, let me just, get in a fasted window and do these things. But then when I did it according to my hormones, and even if you are during going through menopause or post-menopause, you still want to do the 30-day reset in that regard, because you can help I think it's your adrenal glands and some other places in your body that will take up hormone production, or the bulk of the hormone production, once your uterus kind of retires, your ovaries kind of retire, yeah, so there is a lot of purposeful, false, and hidden information and hidden chemicals and things. Like anybody out there can just slap the label natural on their product. It means nothing. It really doesn't. Yeah. Oh, she's a little breaks your heart. Yeah, that's so sad that, younger and younger, they're getting them younger and younger though, with all these, like even my kids' school hot lunch menu. I'm like, it's all carbo loading. It's all carbo loading. I'm like, you need some good healthy fats in your diet. You need more protein than this. Like, so this year we're doing home lunches. Like they're like, I'm calling them like fancy Lunchables, because my kids like all sorts of little varieties of things. And of course, if we have leftovers from dinner, healthy leftovers, we're doing lots more healthy stuff. And the kids are mostly on board. Thank goodness. I'm so happy. Because just eating, like trash throughout baseball season, we all felt like trash through baseball season because we were eating garbage. You eat garbage, you feel like garbage. It might taste good in the moment, but then afterwards you're just like, why did I do that to myself? Because there's no time. We're rushed. We're going this way, that way, this way, that way. Well, this next baseball season, no excuses, because I will have established some very good meal prep and routines. We'll have things ready. Yeah, I'm still not 100% on the meal prep train yet, but I'm getting there. I'm definitely there with my dog's food. I make my dog's food. Had to cancel the farmer's dog because, wow, was that pricey. Good stuff, but pricey. And my dogs were constantly still very hungry on the farmer's dog. I don't think they were getting enough to eat. I'm feeding them about not double with the farmer's dog, but like another third of what the farmer's dog was giving them per weight wise anyway. And my dogs are still seeming pretty hungry, so I might bump it up a little more. You can still see their ribs a little bit, and I mean, I don't want to, like Walter, he was obese. My dog Walter was obese for sure. We don't want our dogs obese and having joint issues and stuff, but I want them to feel like they're getting enough to eat too. So I'm working on, I'm in a couple of like dog food, what do you call them? Like groups on Facebook. Yeah, it's fun. All right, I've rambled enough, but this is fun. I just like hanging out with you guys and talking. So let's do our giveaway. If you're new to the giveaway, you don't know what's going on, put a 7, no, don't put a 777. That'll be when we do our drawing. But you can do it preemptively if you want. But because I saw 7 people and 7 likes, that's why I said it. But for this portion of the giveaway, we are going to be, all you need to do is determine or guess or use your intuition or however it is you do determine what card I'm pulling out of this deck. So if you know the tarot cards, you should be able to win this easily. Oh, I like it. It's a good card. It's a positive card. I don't think I can give you too many hints about it because we did not draw this one yet today, but it's a good one. So just start, you can guess or use your intuition to determine as many times as you want. You're not limited to just one determination. So have fun, have at it. And if we're going and no one's getting it, I'll narrow it down by suit or tell you it's a major arcana or whatever it is. Definitely a positive card. So keep in mind the positive cards that you know of in the tarot. Let me take a drink of my coffee. All right. It's a cups card, everybody. It's a cups card. A positive cups card. Hopefully that'll narrow it down a little bit for you. All right. Watch the determinations come in. I need to get my live stream game going better and get some like fun music for this portion. I think that would be fun. I need to just buckle down. I have the little device. I ordered it like over a year ago to program certain sounds into it. I just need to get like StreamYard or something and actually pay a subscription fee and have all the fun bells and whistles like some of these people have. 10 of Cups! Who guessed 10 of Cups? I saw it. Someone guessed it. Oh, it's Linda. I think it's Linda. Yes. Linda! It's the 10 of Cups! Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. And her name is Linda. All right. Linda is the winner for this weekend's live stream. So go ahead and post a question in the chat that you would like some answers to. Or if you don't have a question, you can just leave it open. Let me know either way. And everybody who's here, put a 777 in that chat. And that will let me know you want to be entered into the perpetual drawing. The fun, curious perpetual drawing. We never know who's coming out of here. Maybe you can see your name in there somewhere. Maybe. I think I see Linda's name. There's Yvette. Oh, she hasn't been here in a long time. Yeah, there's Linda's name. There's Amber's name. There's Jamie Wilson's name. Yeah, we got lots of regulars' names in here. But let's write down some new ones to add to our perpetual drawing, and then we're gonna get into Linda's question, and of course also before that pull today's drawing winner. So we are going for Kashfi. We are going for Banana Anna S. Just one paper. Just one paper. We're going for Amber. No slipping paper. And Marlene. And Linda H. All right, we're getting them entered. So if you're just joining us, put a 777 in the chat. That will let me know you would like to be entered into our perpetual drawing. And possibly, potentially, you will be winning today. You never know. Linda H. going in. Another entry for Linda. Another entry for Marlene. Another entry for Amber. Another entry for Banana Anna S. And another entry for Kashfi. All right, here we go. I don't see any other 777, so I'm stirring the pot. I'm stirring the pot. Hold up here so I can't see. Not that I would try to peek anyway, but we've got, ooh, and this is not actually from today, I don't think. Banana S! You are pretty lucky with this drawing bag lately, aren't you? Good job. All right. Nice work. So you are here and we will get you your reading. But Linda wants to know, what do I need to know for this month? Okay. So September 6th through October 6th. Put that name there. Okay. Well, we already know it's going to be more emotionally fulfilling than what you've been experiencing, for sure. Things are going to feel 10 out of 10, exciting, good, deep emotional connections with those you love, maybe even rekindling friendships or connections with those you've kind of slipped off with, or, maybe things never went wrong in that friendship or that family member relationship, but you just haven't talked to them in a while. And just having that phone call, that connection, through a reunion or visiting with them, having coffee with them, again, phone call, Zoom, whatever, you're just feeling the love. You're feeling that reconnection. You're like, yeah, these are the types of people I need in my life. And you're really seeing those relationships shine. And if you're feeling like a certain relationship isn't really shining, but you want it to shine a little brighter, taking that relationship out for a coffee date, or, inviting them over to your home so you can, watch a movie together, or, whatever it is you do with this person, customize it to that connection, that relationship, and you'll really start to see that relationship blossom. But also Nine of Cups, so wish fulfillment. And it almost looked like she was holding like a phone up to her ear, but that's not what she's doing. It's someone else is like touching her face. This feels almost like adult child, like nurturing the adult child in your life, which you have one of those, your son. So yeah, nurturing that connection with your son, or this to me feels like doing something that he enjoys. Maybe you don't so much enjoy it, but he enjoys it, and you get enjoyment just out of seeing him enjoy himself, like going to hit a concert of his favorite band or something like that, or buying you and him tickets to his favorite band, or going up to a basketball game or something that he enjoys. I'm seeing basketball for some reason. I don't know if he has a favorite basketball team, or maybe you're buying a jersey, you and him, like matching jerseys for some basketball team. That's funny. I don't know why that's coming up, but I just got chills too. So there's like support from spirit in regards to your connection with your son. We also have the Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Coins. So she looks like a little bit like, oh, putting in all this effort, putting in all this work. But yes, it's going to pay off. The effort and attention and love you put into this connection, and any other connection that isn't just you and your son, is going to pay off. But of course, relationships of all kinds take work, love, attention, focus, effort, all the things. And sometimes that can feel like a job, and other times it can feel effortless. But, even if it's the same person, just the ebb and flow of energy, what once felt effortless can feel like a job, and what once felt like a job can now feel effortless. It's kind of like that karmic wheel energy going on. Let's see, anything else Linda needs to know? But yeah, relationships, and also focusing on the things that you just want to buckle down and get finished. This could be a home project. This can be launching a business, whatever it is, to be able to invest that time in yourself, or your own development, or a hobby, a money-making endeavor, whatever it is for you, Linda. It does feel very personal to you. Doesn't mean you can't monetize it, but something that you've maybe put on the back burner, or you're just now kind of dusting it off and ready to rejuvenate it. Now's the time. You're really ready to make some fun things happen. He loves basketball. We went to a Phoenix Mercury game last week, women's professional team, and he loves baseball. We've gone to several games. Oh, that's so fun. So see, you're already doing the thing. So this month ahead just might indicate you're going to be able to do more of the same. Yeah, and then Hierophant, there might be a signing of a contract or a purchase of some kind. This can also just feel like you're being mentored by someone. This can be just a video you watch online, or a course that you're purchasing, just something you're investigating to learn more about, because you're kind of like a perpetual student kind of energy right now, or into the near future, that you're going to be working towards something that's going to pay off for you. All right. Let's get another information guidance for Linda. The month ahead, a lot of projects that are almost complete that I should complete. Yeah, and sometimes just it takes writing that down, kind of maybe dusting them off a little bit, pulling them, putting them all in one spot so you can see all the unfinished projects, and then writing out, okay, project A, project B, project C, and then sometimes it does help to take the one that'll be done the quickest so that you can kind of gain that momentum by being able to cross something off that list. Other people will take it from the other way. Like, let me just tackle, eat the frog. Let me get the biggest one off my plate. So I have like just such a, weight lifted, whatever approach you want to take, or if you want to take one of the projects that's kind of middle of the road, whatever flips your fancy. Looking into courses. Wow. Yeah. So there is a course. I do feel there is a course that you may, whether you get a certification at the end of it or not, because sometimes, you can be like a certified angel card reader, like what does that even mean? But you just feel that sense of accomplishment, for having done the thing. Even if it doesn't like stand up in, a job interview or whatever. But we have paper airplane. I'm free to make my wishes come true. Wow. Yeah, you're definitely setting an intention and being able to make these wishes come true. Because as just Sandy that comes here once in a while says, make a wish, but then make it happen. We can make a wish all day long, but if we're not following that up with some actions in that direction, calling myself out right now, it's like, I want to be a published author. Not for the sake of, oh, let me say I'm a published author, but for the sake of, I want these words to reach someone and to be touched by the story I'm trying to tell. But if I'm not sitting down to write, that's never going to happen. So like, I need to take my own advice here, So it's a matter of making your wish, setting your sights somewhere on finishing a project, starting something new, whatever it is, and then being able to make it happen by, maybe even again, sitting down. What's the first action step I can take? Tuning into your spirit, doing some journaling, asking the universe, like, send me a sign. What's the next step? Where can I go? What can I do to make this thing happen if you don't know the how of it? And a lot of times we don't even need to know the how, but sometimes we definitely need to know the why. Why am I even doing this? And then the what. What is it I need to focus on now? What is it I need to do to make this happen? Usually we need to know kind of those two things to kind of get going on it, Oh, this is called the Wishcraft Oracle. Not witchcraft, but wish, like make a wish and craft. Wishcraft. And I love this deck. It did come to me damaged, so I was a little upset about that, but the more you know. I think that some moisture got in the cards, but it's just so cute. And like child friendly, like it's a good introductory deck for kids. Like Wrigley likes this one to mess around with. Oh yeah, there's one Linda got. Another one with the squirrels. Maybe there's a message with squirrels. You're loved and protected. A deer. Is this not the cutest? I love it. Of course, the moon, always involved in these tarot decks. But hey, what can you do? It's there. I love these. Yeah, these are fun. You've asked for signs or a dream. You are so spot on. I love when that happens because that just validates that you're getting the information. You already know, much like Brianna, like you already know in your heart of hearts, you're very intuitive, Linda. And I've said this to you so many times. You're so intuitive. But just like all of us, sometimes just to get that outer validation, like, yes, I'm on the right track. It can be helpful. It can. But also so can trusting those inner nudges and validations that you have. And I saw Brandy Lynn left a 777. We already did our drawing today, but I will definitely add you right now. Let's get you in there. All right. Brandy Lynn coming in hot for a future drawing. All right, I'm actually, before I'm forgetting, gonna put this out. So I always set that intention that my road opener candle will continue to bring me opportunities, abundance, and guidance, happiness and joy, even while it's not lit. And I don't blow anything that I'm trying to call toward me when I'm doing candle work, candle magic. I don't blow it out because I don't want to blow away the opportunities or the abundance or whatever it is I'm trying to call in. I don't want to push it back out. So I tamp it with this and then I set it and forget it until the next day. I usually work my spell candles every day until they're extinguished completely, like they won't light anymore because all the wax is gone. And even still, whatever is left, you can kind of almost read it like tea leaves and kind of can get information about that, which is really cool. I might show you guys that on a live stream with one of my spent candles. That might be fun, just to do like a candle wax reading. I also do that with these. with the reversal candles. Um, because how the wax flows and goes, usually you'll orient, okay, so it's on my table. Let's just for the sake of this, what's facing the camera is that's the present, or sorry, I gotta remember now. So the past is, I gotta think. Okay, so the past is to the, trying to orient this your way. So it would be on the left normally, so it would probably be your right, and then to the left or the right, which would be your left, is the future. And then present is usually right up in front. So what you're seeing in the candle. Also, like things in the physical can be in the front. And then toward the back is like underlying energy, kind of behind the scenes energy, stuff you're not really aware of. And how the wax swirls and turns and drips, and it tells a story. So you can do even a wax reading, and not only when it's all said and done, but like during the whole burning of the candle, you can really see the evolution of everything. So that's always fun. Yeah, it's really cool. And of course, if when in doubt, trust your intuition, because maybe intuitively you're feeling like, no, 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 the path should be to the right, not the left. Whatever. Make your own parameters around it, but usually you want to set those parameters before you get started if that's what you're going to do, so that you understand and can then read it from there. But sometimes I've had things go a certain way, and intuitively I'm like, no, I think it's the exact opposite of that. Intuitively, I feel that, and your intuition's usually right. So trust it. Hi, John. We're just about to sign off after I do Banana Anna S's reading. She won today's drawing. So there we have it. So let's get into it for Banana Anna S. Let's just see what she needs to know. And of course, Anna, if you have a question in mind, you can kind of ask it in your awareness. And hopefully we'll touch on whatever that question is for you. Here we go. Banana Anna S. What does she need to know in regards to her question, or just in general? What is it she needs to know? And we have here the King of Swords and the Queen of Coins. Ooh. Divine energies, divine union energies. Usually when they're the same suit, though, that's when it's like, whoa, divine union. To me, this could be people in your life, or just trying to balance your feminine energy in the material world and your masculine energy where your mind is concerned. I'm really reading this more for you, Banana Anna S, as an internal kind of unification of mastering, or at least trying to take action with your mental health or the mental space. Or if you're getting a lot of intrusive thoughts, like you're stepping into your masculine energy and saying, no hive mind, no entities, no whatever's trying to influence me, subliminal programming that I did not consent to, you're gone, you're out, and taking like masculine action to shut that down. Especially at night, for some reason I'm getting this like overactive mind kind of energy. And you stepping into your masculine energy and saying, no, not today. We're not doing this. And then in the material world, and this is usually where most people that are working out in the world, just trying to make a dollar to pay the bills, they're almost always in their masculine energy to make that happen. But what this is saying is to more step into the feminine energy and be in receiving mode. So maybe you've already taken certain actions, Anna, and now you're ready to be in receiving mode, to receive the abundance that those actions you've already done are ready to now provide to you. Let's go to the Enchanted Art Oracle. Let's see if there's any other guidance for Anna in regards to her question, or just in general, whatever she needs to know. It's okay to put yourself first and take care of your own needs before those of others. Say it for those in the back. Yes. It's that like Ace of Cups energy of not having to even pour from your cup, but just giving from the overflow. So that's what you're doing. You're not bending over backwards to make everyone else happy. You are, first and foremost, making yourself feel fulfilled, happy, contented, then giving from that overflow. All right, let's go to the mindful messages for a closing statement for Anna. You've been busy recently. Yeah, you take care as well, John. It's always good to see you. And happy weekend. All right, Banana Anna S. And we have here subconscious mind. Ooh, and this is, I think, where this masculine energy is coming in. And maybe you just setting that intention to the subconscious mind, which kind of is the wild, wild west. And we don't even know a lot of times what's going on there. But setting those masculine like effort and actions and attentions toward the subconscious mind to say, not today. We're not thinking that. We're no longer believing that, whatever it is. But I'm going to read this for you. I realize that subconscious beliefs or programs may be holding me back from my desires. For example, if I want money, I may have been told things growing up that I am subconsciously holding on to. So I go back to my past and release beliefs that no longer align, substituting them with ones that do. So yeah, just clearing house by taking action. And maybe you're doing something similar to a subconscious, maybe you're just using the intention that you're going to, reverse any subconscious programming, mind control, soul contracts, whatever it is that are affecting you in a negative way in this incarnation that you did not or will not and no longer consent to. If you did consent, pre-birth by signing certain soul contracts, you can revoke those at any time. And while I was reading this card, fun fact, so that's the end of Anna's reading. I hope it resonated. But fun fact, as I was reading this, I saw in my mind's eye my Affirmators tarot deck. Or it's not tarot, it's like an oracle. I'll grab it. I'm told to do a collective little message to close this live stream out with that deck. So I'm going to do that. So let me grab that. Oh, is it? I found it right away. That never happens. Affirmators. Okay. So we're going to grab our cards. I have not used these in a long time, but these are fun. They're funny too. Oh, false start with the shuffle. So very floppy cards. I love this card stock. It's so floppy, but it comes right back to shape. So here we go. Bonus time. Spot on. My mind has been running at night and I'm trying to be in my feminine to get my next job in a masculine role. I've been helping everyone else but myself and help lately. There you go. There, message received, right? So you know what's up. You already knew what was up and now you're taking the steps to take care of you. And then that abundance is just, it's crazy how that is. You start really taking care of yourself and then everyone else, the universe at large, just wants to start taking care of you as well. But let's get everyone a bonus card. Everybody who's here, card or two, just whatever we feel needs to come through. All right. Harmony. I like that word. Harmony Portal Tarot. Anyway, and it's very like divine counterpart energy right there. But let's read it. I know in my heart when something is right, it feels easy and breezy, even though that sounds cheesy. With this in mind, I banish all stress, insecurity, and tedious work from my relationships. Then I invite harmonious relationships into my life and let them show up on their own time. Easy breezy things are rarely punctual. These are just so fun. I need to quit sleeping on this deck. It's just too fun to not use more often. All right, anything else? Yeah, very lover's energy. And this is about making that conscious decision to just say no to the things that are stress. Banish all things that are stress, insecurity, and tedious work from relationships and otherwise. All right, what else do we need to know? Grace. Look at the picture. That is hilarious. She's just like, Okay. So I face disagreements with grace and flow through the ups and downs of my relationships without getting thrown off center. With grace, I am able to keep my cool, be my best self, and not resort to name calling, even when that crappy poo-poo face is being a douchey barf monster. Oh my gosh. Too funny. I normally don't say all those words, but I did say shit the other day, and I just said it now, so you're welcome. Guess I'm getting a little more spicy in my longevity here on this channel. But yes, this is the relationship affirmators deck. So a lot of these do involve your relationships. So love and relationships specifically. But not all love relationships are romantic. Because we can love our children or our friends and it's not romantic, right? But I do need, maybe I will leave this little guy out for a bit. Maybe I will do that. So I still put it back, but we're gonna play with this next live stream as well. And just a reminder that next Wednesday and next Friday are the last 2 days to enter our candle glow box candle giveaway. So yeah, it's coming soon. It's coming soon. And I did put my road opener candle out we showed that off, and some of these other candles we showed off. So yeah, I think the time has drawn to a close. Yes, happy weekend to you as well, Linda. Thank you. I will be back Wednesday. Making sure every migraine stays at bay. Oh, that was something I was going to say earlier. Is since for to Amber, since I started doing the Dr. Mindy kind of 30-day, or according to your cycle, however long your cycle is, when the day you bleed is day one, starting over until the end of that cycle, and then day one you bleed, start over day one. But since I started doing that, I've had one kind of minor headache, no migraines, and one minor headache since official started August 1st, so over a month. And I was on average in 2022, I took average from 2021, 2022, and 2023, where I would have 17 headache or migraine days a month. So what that tells me is my hormones and all the junk I was eating and not getting the proper nutrients were probably the cause of a lot of that. Or at least allowed certain entities, energies to lock in and create, because I was in a non-conducive environment for health and abundance. So yeah. So if you are maybe looking to just experiment and see if that can help with your migraine issues as well, for Amber, and anyone else who has migraines or headaches often, it's helped me, and maybe it can help you. Who knows? Who knows? Mine has changed. I spot for 2 days and I start my cycle. Last time I just had 2 days of cycle. Oh yeah, perimenopause. Yeah, that could be. See, I haven't had anything like that yet. Mine have been like clockwork since the day they arrived, 2 weeks before my 15th birthday. I was a late bloomer. I don't know that getting your period late equates with a later menopause. I don't think that's a thing, but who knows? Who knows? Yeah, if it's hard to pinpoint, she talks about that a lot on her channel. If your cycle's all over the place, or you're just unsure when is day one, and you don't want to start, maybe you do want to start the 30-day reset and you're not sure where you are at in your cycle, you can just start. And then if at any point your cycle does come, you can just start over and be like, whoops, here we go, day one, starting over. And then now you have a starting point. And a lot of times she was saying how fasting for your hormones can actually, especially if you are in peri and going even through menopause, it can help regulate those cycles, that when they do show up, they're more regular and consistent and not so crazy. Early between 11 and 12. And I don't even know that that's early. I think that's kind of normal. And even nowadays, I knew a girl, one of my friends' daughters got hers when she was 9. 9. Man, that's like 6 years before I got mine. Crazy. Oh man. Yeah, charting your cycle. I started charting my cycle in 2010 because I wanted to, be sure of what was going on, because I was trying to conceive. And just because I started doing it then, and between all the losses and conceptions and having my 2 boys, I just kept going with it. And I especially kept going with it after Wrigley was born, because I was breastfeeding and my cycle just was nowhere to be found, and I wanted to be sure everything was kosher. But yeah, it's just been a habit for me that, and maybe TMI, TMI alert. I've never been on any form of hormonal birth control of any kind. So me tracking my cycle is my birth control. And I've been pregnant 5 times. And those 5 times I had planned for those 5 pregnancies. Of course, 3 of them ended in miscarriage, but the 5 times I wanted to fall pregnant, I did. I mean, there were times between that I wanted to fall pregnant that month and it didn't happen, but maybe only twice, I think. But every single time I set the intention to get pregnant, I did, except twice. So 7 times in my life, 7 cycles throughout my adult life here, I set the intention to get pregnant, and 5 out of the 7 I did. Yeah, girl had an 8. Yeah, it's a lot to deal with already when you're a teenager, but let alone when you're that young, to have to now deal with becoming a woman on top of everything. That's a lot to ask of a poor young female. But I think a lot of just the hijacking of our everything, food, water, air, has a lot to do with these just weird hormonal fluctuations that are happening sooner and sooner, and maybe even ending sooner than they should. I don't know. It's just a weird thing. It feels weird. I don't know. And for all the men in here, I don't know if John's still here, if he just checked in and then ducked out. I apologize. I know most men don't want to hear about this, but hey, I think we need to normalize periods are a thing. Periods happen to a lot of us, to like at least 50% of the population. At least at one point had a period. Even if they no longer do, they're still, they've earned the right and reaped the benefits of those cycles to now have access to, like, that's back in the day when you stopped bleeding and you were considered the crone or the witch, like you could still tap into that maiden energy, that mother energy. And even a maiden, age wise, can tap into that mother and crone energy within her, because it's all set up, it's all in the DNA, it's in the blueprint, it's there. But when you are in that crone energy of that knowledge, that wisdom you've gained by living a full life, like, you're someone, like, don't mess with her. She is so tuned in, and she is, that's the way it should be. But that's why there's this big stigma, I think, about getting old, getting wrinkled, being put out to pasture, and no one cares what that woman over age of whatever has to say, because she's past her price. She's no longer 25. It's like, no, this is when we really need to start revering women, because they know what they're talking about. They've been through some ish, and they're like living on the other side to let us all know, hey, don't go down that road. Like, there's so much wisdom with elderly and just even women over 40. There's so much wisdom that we just as a society do not value the way we should. It's a travesty, if you ask me. Yeah, silver lining. Kashmi talks to me about everything, even though my first reaction is what? But then I collect myself and answer her. Gotta go get Kashmi. Have fun, everyone. Have fun, Amber. Good luck to you getting through traffic. Traffic's always fun. Not so much for me, because I can just go boop, boop. But I know in some of those bigger towns, traffic just to get in and out of the school is like horrendous. I get there early enough that I don't have to deal with any of that. I park in like my executive parking because I'm there so early, no one else is there. Although there is a downside when you have drank a lot of water that day and you're in the car for almost an hour and a half. No bathroom. You can't really, no bathroom. So I guess that's the only downside of it. I bring lots of activities and work and stuff that I can be working on or reading. So I'm not bored. It's just sometimes I have to pee, and I'm like, by the time the kids get out, I'm like, let's go. I gotta pee. All right, you guys, much love. Thanks for hanging out with me. I always have way too much fun and never want to leave, but I got to. So I will see you guys on Wednesday. Fingers crossed everything goes according to plan and we get to have our Wednesday live stream. And of course, we will be drawing our winner for our glow box candle giveaway on Friday the 13th. Next week, a week from today. Be there. It's going to be exciting. I'm probably going to be the most excited of all. Probably even more excited than the winner. I'm just so excited. All right, you guys, have fun. Have a happy weekend. Thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Much love, and until next time, bye.